All right, so you're thinking about moving to Florida, and all you keep hearing about is the insurance crisis we have in Florida, which I'm not denying. Insurance is pretty expensive here, although my understanding is it's kind of getting that way everywhere now, right? But what are some things that you should be on the lookout for to lower your insurance costs? Because here in Florida, insurers have a basis on which they rate homes, okay? And there's 5 points altogether. I'm going to go through 3 of them, the 3 most important ones. The first one is roof, okay? We're sitting here at one of my new listings, and this one has a brand new roof. It just got replaced last year, okay? The roof didn't really need to be replaced, but because here's the situation. These roofs, this is a tile roof. It's this particular kind of tile is called S-tile. Barrel tile is similar, but the way that these hook together is S-tile. These roofs were made to last 30, 40, 50 years. They were all warranted for 30 years. However, the Florida Institute of Insurers, or whoever it is that kind of sets the bar, has decided that now these roofs are only good for 25 years. They've also reduced the lifespan of a asphalt shingle roof, which with the new dimensional shingles, you know, a lot of the roofers will warranty those for 40 years, but they've decided that rather than a 20-year lifespan, they have a 15-year lifespan, right? So if any of the roofs fall under the agreed upon standard by the insurance companies, then we have to get a roof certification done, get somebody out here that goes up on the roof and is willing to write a piece of paper saying, no, this roof has X amount of life and it's still in good shape. So roofs are very important, all right? There are exceptions to every rule, and don't necessarily disqualify a house just because it has an older roof, but a newer roof is always desirable. Second thing, hurricane protection, which is not really hurricane protection, it's wind protection, right? So wind mitigation, the roof is a big part of it. Also, how many tie downs, how the roof is connected to the structure, because they keep changing. There's a ton of stuff in there, but you can call me on that for further detail. But remember, roof. So wind mitigation, this right here is one of the really popular types of wind mitigation. So the windows are sort of standard windows. It's actually nice windows in this house, but even if they're a single pane, this right here is metal. They're accordion shutters because they open like an accordion. And basically with these, and here, we'll go in here and you can see the ones even for the main door and the windows here or here. But basically all you're doing, if a storm's coming, you just slide these shut, and then this piece right here locks into a little notch right here, and you're done. And that offers you the full protection. Now, there are different types of this. There are impact windows, hurricane windows, everybody calls them, right? And those are impact rated to absorb an impact of a flying, piece of wood, somebody's ceramic or concrete tile, whatever it happens to be, and stop that from penetrating the home. And then there's also a basic panel shutter, which is also either aluminum or steel, but then you just basically screw them into the house. You're manually installing them. Then of course there's the old plywood over the windows, which doesn't give you anything for insurance, but all the other ones that I mentioned give you a full discount, as long as every glazed opening is covered, right? So glazed opening, so over here, if you look at this right here, this is what's known as glass block, this right here. I mean, that's solid, and that's not much gonna go through there. That's almost a piece of masonry. That's a very thick and very, very strong glass piece, but by insurance standards, it's still considered a glazed opening, so they covered it, right? Realistically, and I've been through 9 or 10 storms. I've been down here 30 years, so a lot of storms. I never had this on my, because I've got glass block in one of my bathrooms because it allows light in, but privacy, right? That's the reason for it. I never bothered with covering that, and I never had a problem with it, right? But insurance says you have to. Now, there's a couple other things they're going to look at, and they're starting to actually bring in the age of your air conditioning into question, as far as what the age of that is and how that might affect your insurance, and the hot water heater. But actually the 4 points that they really go is roof, coverings, plumbing, and electrical, right? When we get inside the house, we can also look at the electrical, but basically the biggest issue that we have in Florida is that in older homes, and even in some of the kind of newer ones, maybe in the 80s, the panels have been recognized as causing a significant amount of fires, meaning they found X amount of homes throughout the nation that had a Challenger panel, or certain square D panels before '84, or whatever whatever one they add to the list, that have caused. So then you would have to get that actually changed out to get the best insurance possible, and it can run a couple $2,000–3,000, but in some cases more, to get that done, because when they change that panel out, then they start looking at all the other stuff, and they might have to change some stuff out outdoors, and you can run into a $5,000 bill on that. But that's the main gist of all the insurances is if you have all these things, and this house has all of them. Everything's updated. The AC was not brand new, but it's newer. The panel is good, brand new roof. These just got installed last year, so that's what you want to look for.